Hey everyone, this is Tom from VermiBag. Today I'm going to do a harvest on a Mammoth. The Mammoth I'm going to harvest is going to be the Mammoth 2, which was my second prototype. The one we're looking at here is actually one of the new bags that I ship out, the ones I currently sell. And because you'll notice quite a bit of difference between this and the Mammoth 2. There were definitely some things I was working on, trying to work out. And in particular, if you look across the line of the zipper and stuff, it's smooth all the way across for harvesting. And the bag's slightly smaller than the Mammoth 2 that I'll be harvesting, but overall the bag really hasn't changed too much. So let's take a look at the top and just see what the current bags look like. So this is the standard top on all the Mammoths. You have access to the right and to the left, and then of course you have your center logo. As far as supports, I ship the aluminum rods that are needed to support the bag, like I have in this particular stand, along with the bag. And I also include 4 of those gusset pieces, the small wood gusset pieces, to put on the corners of the bag. And this stand is just made out of the 1/2-inch wood, 6 inch by 1 inch, nominal, but it's actually only about 3/4 of an inch thick, I guess, right here. And then I just use 2x2s for the legs. There's been quite a few comments saying, well, it seems pretty light, but if you put this corner gussets on this and make this stand like it is and put all the screws in it, it's plenty strong enough to hold the bag. And then it's not so bulky. It just feels nice for the bag. I'll open it up and take a look on the inside and show you what the inside harvest panel and stuff looks like. So this is the bag opened up completely. You can take both of the lids and just wrap them up in the center so you can have access to both sides at the same time. Then you can look down in here. This is where the harvest panel is underneath that slot. And you have a slot like this on both sides. This is the tapered section. The zipper is actually located behind this area right here, which is up higher than where all your wetter castings and stuff would be. So that inner liner there protects your zipper and keeps it from getting wet and getting calcified or dirty. And all you do is once we open the panel, you reach up through those slots and access as much of the castings as you want. I'll show you quickly how the harvest panel works. So here's the harvest panel unzipped for one side. And you can see how the inner liner there slopes further down. And your castings would be right here. They would be actually compacted and stuff, and they'll sit just like that paper is. And you can see the zipper goes along the side here and around the other side. And there's 2 zipper pulls, so the zipper pulls will come together right here. And there's also Velcro on the bottom of this. There's a piece here and then a piece further down there. So if you want to get this out of the way, you can just swing it around over to the other side, and there's Velcro, the opposite type, on the other side, and you can stick it there for, you'll never get any castings or any dirt on your part of your harvest panel. So it's just as simple as that. You open it up, reach inside, do your harvesting. This is the inner liner. It'll protect the zipper, which is way up here. And when you're done, just grab the zipper and pull it around, and then pull the other one back around to the other side, and you're done. Now let's go harvest the Mammoth 2. So this is the Mammoth 2 that I'm going to harvest. It's the first time I actually harvest this system. It's probably a little over half full. And you can tell the sides of this bag go straighter down than the new one. It's also deeper than the bags that I currently sell. So there's quite a bit more volume in this. But it has the same square footage. You got 8 square feet of surface area, which is probably the most important thing. I'll take a look and see what the inside of this looks like and see how the castings look. So this is the left side of the bag. On the right side, I actually have a feeding over there and stuff, so I'm still going to harvest both sides, but all that is a pile of food over on the other side. Take a look and just see the castings here, but they really look nice. These are well worked over. There's no bedding left at all inside here. A little piece of a napkin, but I haven't fed this side for at least a week, well, probably 2 weeks at least, maybe a little bit longer than that. Really, really well worked over. So the system is definitely ready for harvest. I don't have a huge amount of volume in it. I'm probably about half full, so I'm not going to take a ton out of the bottom because If you take too much out of these when the system's not full, you risk the whole thing kind of collapsing down on you when you're harvesting it. I mean, I don't think it'd be that big a deal. You probably still zip it up, but it'd probably create a little bit of a mess. So I'll set everything up and we'll open this thing up and get it harvested. Okay, this is the left side of the Mammoth 2. I'm going to go ahead and do the harvest on this. I think you can notice right off the bat here, this is where the zippers come together where I normally store them. I mean, you can put them wherever you want, but I normally keep them on the ends. And this is the piece of Velcro that would swing over the other side and hook to keep this panel out of the way. But it's clumped up here. There's kind of a bunching here and stuff. And that's been taken care of on the new bags and stuff. It'll come perfectly across here. So the first thing you want to do is just go ahead and unzip the bag on both sides. So, zip that side and unzip this side. And then you can go ahead and just pull this thing open. I'm going to go ahead and hook that back side with the Velcro. And so now it just hangs there out of the way. So you won't have to worry about the lid coming back and getting in the way at all here. Okay, now you can see right here at the bottom, definitely a little bit wet. So we'll go ahead and pull this first little bit off out here. You can see there, it's definitely moist. I mean, wetter than you would want for sure, but I think it'll normally just be this very bottom, about an inch or so. Now go all along that slot, and that slot runs about 10 inches. Just run your fingers along it on both sides. And as soon as you start getting up, a couple inches here, it will start getting a little bit better on moisture. This is still a little bit wetter than I wanted. I know I ran this bag a little bit wet because I had leachate. But just keep working yourself along the edge of the lining. So that's really what you want to take for the harvest, is all this material that's sitting there right on that lining. And you also have to go back into the area between the two harvest panels, because there's a slight little dead area there that you won't open up. There's a little spacer that's been attached there to keep the width of the opening. Pretty much around the lining on that side. I just got to get this side right here. A little harder to reach. I'm seeing occasional worms here and there. There's definitely a few worms in here. I should have probably did a feeding of some worm chows or something like that to try and pull some of those worms up to the surface. Since I haven't fed this side in a while, they may have migrated down a little bit. So that might have been my own fault. So I'm up basically the height of the liner, with the liner probably right around the zipper area, all the way along this bag. And again, I'm not going to go terribly far up because this bag isn't that full, so I don't want to risk this whole thing collapsing down on me. So that's about it. That's about all I'm going to take. I'm going to wash my hands really fast, and then I'll zip it back up. Okay, I got my hands washed. I'm going to pull the liner back off of the Velcro on the other side, pull it over into place, and just zip each side up. Put it into place like that. And so, like I said, I tend to place the zippers right here on the end. You can put them wherever you want, but that's a good spot for them. That's it. I'll pull these castings up and take a look at them. Okay, so this is the mortar tray of castings I got out of the left side of the Mammoth 2. I weighed it just now. It's 41 pounds. I've taken more out of the Mammoth 1 when I did the harvest there. I think it was about 58 pounds, 56, something like that on it. But it was also much fuller and stuff. So again, I didn't want to risk taking too much because I don't want the thing to collapse on me while I'm harvesting it. But this is just going up to the liner, the top of the liner. And I would expect that would really be your normal harvest. I mean, going up to that area is very safe to do it. You don't have to worry about anything falling down or anything. So take a look in close on these. They look real nice. I mean, I definitely see a lot of seeds and stuff. I did see a few worms here and there in this. And the bottom section of this is a little bit wetter than I wanted. It's not terrible, but you can tell the area, the stuff that came out last is really nice. It'll just crumble apart. But the first inch probably is definitely on the wetter side for sure. But if you leave it open here for a couple days, spread it out in a couple mortar trays and stuff, you'll be fine. Again, I do see some worms mixed in here. Definitely all little juveniles and stuff that may have hatched, but you know, pieces of plastic and stuff that were left over from the composting. But overall, you know, very nice castings, a large amount of castings. So I'll get the same amount at least out of the right side. So we're talking, you know, somewhere around 80 to 90 pounds of castings just taking up to the liner out of the Mammoth. That's it for today. This is Tom from VermiBag. The next time, ciao.